Right now, 2 million people are living on top of a giant natural pressure cooker that scientists know is capable of exploding without warning. To understand why, we have to look at what happened one night in 1986 when a silent lake killed 1,650 people in their sleep. A string of villages surrounding a quiet lake in Cameroon. No fire, no explosion, no visible cause at all. Just entire households found exactly where they'd been sitting or lying down the night before. Some victims were found mid-meal. Some were found holding each other. Almost 1,750 people and thousands of cattle dead within hours. And for days, nobody could explain why. Here's why you need to care about something that happened in 1986, thousands of miles from wherever you're watching this right now. The exact mechanism that killed those people still exists today, sitting underneath a lake that nearly 2 million people currently call home. Not a lake that might do this someday. A lake scientists already know is capable of doing this, on a scale that would make Nyos look small. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what that threat is, and why almost nobody is talking about it. The thing that killed everyone at Nyos wasn't a person, a weapon, or a disease. It was the lake itself. So let's go back to that night and figure out how a lake becomes an executioner. Lake Nyos sits inside a volcanic crater in the northwest region of Cameroon. Beautiful, still, deep. And for centuries that lake had a secret. Deep underground, magma was doing something quiet and invisible. The earth was exhaling poison into the water, and the water was holding its breath. Carbon dioxide gas leaking up from the volcanic rock below, dissolving into the lake's deepest, coldest layer, trapped there under the enormous weight of everything above it. Picture an unopened can of soda. The carbon dioxide inside stays dissolved as long as the can stays sealed and under pressure. Shake it, crack the seal, and it erupts all at once. Lake Nyos had been quietly turning itself into that soda can for possibly hundreds of years. And on the night of August 21st, 1986, something, most likely a landslide crashing into the water, finally cracked the seal. In scientific terms, it's called a Limnic eruption. In plain terms, the lake burped a cloud of death, all at once, all 100,000 to 300,000 tons of it, exhaling everything it had been holding in for centuries in a matter of minutes. But here's the part that made this so much worse than a simple gas leak. Carbon dioxide is heavier than air. That cloud didn't rise and drift away harmlessly. It shot up out of the lake at nearly 100 kilometers an hour, and then it did something far more sinister. It sank, hugging the ground, flowing downhill through the valleys like an invisible flood, rolling directly into the villages below at a speed nobody asleep in their bed had any chance of outrunning. There was no warning smell strong enough to save most people. No visible cloud most could see in the dark. Just a silent, invisible wave that stole the air itself, moving faster than anyone could run in the middle of the night, while entire families were already asleep. By morning, close to 1,150 people dead, roughly 3,500 cattle dead alongside them. Birds fell out of the sky, insects died in place. Survivors in slightly higher villages the cloud didn't fully reach woke up to find their neighbors, their families, simply gone. No wounds, no warning, no visible cause at all. The Cameroonian government's first instinct wasn't even to suspect a natural disaster. Officials initially suspected an attack. The deaths were so instant, so total, so inexplicable that an invisible act of geology didn't seem like a believable answer. It took outside scientists arriving on the ground to piece together what had actually happened. But here's the part that scientists are still uncomfortable admitting, because it makes the whole story worse. This wasn't even the first time. Just 2 years earlier, on August 15, 1984, the exact same thing happened at Lake Monoun, a smaller lake roughly 100 kilometers away. That eruption killed 37 people, and the world barely blinked. It got written off as a strange, isolated tragedy, not recognized as a warning shot for something far larger. 2 years later, Nyos erupted at a scale nobody had prepared for, and only then did scientists understand. This wasn't a freak accident. It was a repeatable natural phenomenon, and nobody had been watching closely enough to see it coming twice. If you think that was bad, look at what happened next. Or rather, what's still sitting there, waiting. Lake Nyos and Lake Monoun are not unique. There are only 3 lakes on Earth currently known to be capable of a limnic eruption like this. The third is called Lake Kivu, sitting directly on the border between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And Lake Kivu doesn't just make Nyos look small, it makes Nyos look like a warning shot fired at the wrong target. Nyos held, at most, a few 100,000 tons of dissolved gas. Lake Kivu is estimated to hold roughly 300 cubic kilometers of dissolved carbon dioxide and 60 cubic kilometers of dissolved methane on top of that, layered in its depths exactly the way Nyos's gas was, just at a scale that isn't really comparable. 1,150 people died at Lake Nyos. Living directly around and above Lake Kivu right now, an estimated 2 million people. Lake Kivu has never erupted catastrophically in recorded history. But in 2021, when the nearby Mount Nyiragongo volcano erupted, scientists watched in real time for any sign the eruption might disturb Kivu's gas layers. That wasn't a hypothetical exercise. That was scientists bracing for the possibility that 2 million people were about to experience their own version of what happened at Nyos. It didn't happen. This time, the mechanism that makes it possible hasn't gone anywhere. And here's the most unsettling part. Scientists still can't tell you with certainty when, or if, the next disturbance might be the one that finally cracks the seal. There is some good news, and it's worth understanding because it shows this isn't unsolvable. After the Nyos disaster, engineers found a real fix: degassing pipes sunk directly into Nyos and Monoun, acting as permanent, controlled straws that continuously siphon dissolved carbon dioxide up and release it safely in small amounts, instead of letting it silently build toward another eruption. It's a genuinely elegant solution. It's very likely why Nyos hasn't erupted again. Lake Kivu does not have anywhere close to that level of protection, not at a scale that could handle what it's actually holding, which is exactly why scientists still quietly consider it one of the most under-discussed natural hazards on the planet, sitting beneath 2 million people who mostly have no idea it's there. So here's where this leaves us. In August of 1986, a quiet lake in Cameroon silently released an invisible cloud that killed nearly 1,950 people in their sleep, and for days, nobody even understood what had happened to them. It wasn't the first time a lake like this had struck, and there's no scientific guarantee it will be the last. Somewhere on the border of Rwanda and the Congo, 2 million people are living their lives directly above a lake, holding enough dissolved gas to make Nyos look like a rehearsal. Nobody knows when or if the next disturbance comes. All anyone can do right now is watch and wait and hope the pressure stays exactly where it is. And if a story like this, something this consequential, sitting almost completely unknown, unsettles you even a little, that's exactly the kind of thing this channel exists for. There's another video waiting for you right now about a different disaster nobody saw coming, hiding in plain sight the same way this one was. Subscribe if you want to keep finding out what else has been overlooked. There's a lot more where this came from.